Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there is no chance of electrocution. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the ice dispenser solenoid in the Frigidaire refrigerator. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do that. For this job, we're going to need a Phillips and a flathead screwdrivers, a 1/4-inch nutdriver, and a pair of needle nose pliers. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new ice dispenser solenoid. By pushing up and releasing the control rod on the side of the ice container, the ice dispenser solenoid switches the ice that is being dispensed from cubes to crushed. If the ice dispenser is stuck on crushed ice or cubes only, it's time to check the ice dispenser solenoid and replace it if needed. To get to the part, we need to open the freezer door. To remove the ice container and auger assembly, all we need to do is just lift it up slightly and pull it out. Now we can pull out the ice cream shelf. Now, using the 1/4-inch nut driver, we're going to loosen up those two screws at the top of the ice maker. Lift the ice maker up and take it off the screws. Hold it up, and next we need to pull out this plug. After that, we can drop the ice maker slowly down, and then we can disconnect the plug by pressing those two tabs on the side and pulling it apart. And now we can pull the ice maker out. The ice dispenser solenoid is located behind this panel next to the auger motor. To get there, we need to remove the whole assembly, which is like ice container support and auger motor and solenoid support. Those are two 1/4-inch screws that holds the assembly in place. So we're going to take them out with the 1/4-inch nut driver. So now we need to lift up the end here and remove that whole support from the rear hooks. Careful, do not just let it go, because there is a plug at the back that we need to disconnect. All right, there's two tabs on the sides. Squeeze it and disconnect it. If you have any problem with it, you probably would need use the flathead screwdriver to push the tabs. Let's bring this support assembly to the workable place, and we're going to start with taking out the light bulb, just in case nobody wants to break it. Unscrew it, turning it counterclockwise, and put it away. Now we need to take 4 screws to remove this back cover. There's 2 Phillips screws on the bottom and 2 Phillips screws on the top right there. So we're going to take a Phillips screwdriver and remove those 4 screws. I'm going to turn it over. And now we can remove the rear cover. Here we can see the solenoid and the plunger. So what we need to do, we need to take out first that green ground wire held by the single Phillips screw. So I'm going to remove that Phillips screw and take off the green ground wire. So now I'm going to turn it over, and we need to take those 2 screws. That holds actually the solenoid. So you're going to use a Phillips screwdriver and take it out. All right, turn it over, and that's See, if you see the plunger and yoke came out from the guide. So those two little posts were inside the guide rails. Alright, so to take it out, we're going to use a flathead screwdriver and remove the two wires from the solenoid. And now we can remove the support. Right, so next we're going to remove the plunger from the solenoid and we're going to put it aside. So now we're going to separate the old plunger from the yoke. It's held in place with the E-clip. I'm going to push it back and hold it. And then we're going to grab that E-clip with needle nose pliers and pull it out. Do not throw away the E-clip. We're going to need it. So, and this is coming out easily. This is the old ice dispenser solenoid next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. Now we're going to put a new plunger into the yoke, into the spring first. Then I'm going to push back on the spring and hold it. Alright, so I'm going to hold the E-clip with the pliers. Put it into the groove here on the plunger and push it down so we can lug it in. And then we're going to press it in with the pliers. Double check if it's in all the way. Look from the top, as you can see. Yep, it's locked. Now we can install back a new plunger and a new solenoid. All right, now we're going to install the yoke first. We're going to put this two tabs on the side into the slots. Slide it in. And then we're going to put the plunger into the solenoid. Turn it over and match the holes and secure it with a couple of screws. I'm going to use a Phillips screwdriver. Next, we are going to attach this green ground wire to the side. There's two holes, you can do it at either one of them. Make sure it's nice and tight. And now we're going to attach the wires to the solenoid. The order is not important. I'm going to use the needle nose pliers. Grab that wire terminal and install that one on. And then we'll have another one. Okay. And now we're going to install the rear cover. So it goes this way. The harness goes into this opening. Match the holes. And install Phillips screws. And we turn it over and go to the top and install two at the top. And now we're going to need to put the light bulb back in, just screw it in, turning it clockwise. And now we can install the ice container support in. We're going to plug this first into the rear panel plug. So now we're going to hook this support on the back brackets. And now we're going to secure this with the 2 1/4-inch screws using the nut driver. And I'm going to connect the plug here. It will go only one way in. Make sure the tabs are locked on the sides. And then I'm going to lift up the ice maker. Now we need to put this plug out of the way. It'll go inside the box on the back. And hang this ice maker on the 2 screws. And now before we tighten the screws, make sure that the fill tube is inside the water container here. Now we can tighten the screws. And use the 1/4-inch nut driver and tighten both screws. Turn on the ice maker. Okay, now we're going to put the ice cream shelf on. There's tabs on the bottom and slide it on the 2 supports. Before installing an ice container, I'd like you to pay attention to one little detail, very important. This part of the coupling is supposed to be oriented different way than the coupling at the back there. In our case, it's actually the same way. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn the auger 90 degrees, 85 degrees approximately. And then we can install ice container in auger assembly by just sliding it in. Make sure it locks. And we can close the door now. Plug the fridge back in and make sure it's cooling. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other repair videos available on our site, on Facebook, and on YouTube.